morning, wherever you are watching us from today. I am your host, Roxanne, a Filipino-British entrepreneur, and I am grateful that you are here. And I am so excited for what you're about to see in this presentation. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the online world. For those of you that have always wanted to work for yourself and to be your own boss, for those of you that have always wondered how you can crack into the online space, for those of you that are looking for a way to create another income stream for you and your family, you are 1000% in the right place. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the most comprehensive online program that's out there, one that has literally been designed by the experts to help the everyday person get up and running with their own successful online businesses. The best part of this, folks, is that what we are going to show you today is a system that has been around for years and has already helped thousands of people get up and running with their own successful online businesses. It's not new or untested, it simply works. I am so excited for each and every one of you here tonight. And I can see that there are already hundreds of you joining us live, because not that long ago, I was sitting exactly where you are now. I used to be you. I was looking for a way to create another income stream from our household. I had zero experience working online. And in fact, I'd never even owned an online business before. I was green as green can be. But then I came across this program and everything changed. This is where I learned everything I needed. This is where I found a system that was already built for me, and as the entire tech team that ran it for me already. And this is where I found a mentorship community that not only trained me, but supported my personal as well as professional growth to become who I am today. And today, my reality has forever changed. I have been working online now for 4 years, and I am the owner of a successful online business. And yes, it is a legitimate online business that pays far more income tax than I prefer. And I am part of a community of mentors that helps others crack into the online space, which is why I'm here tonight. So what do we have in store for you? Well, tonight's presentation is actually going to be broken into 2 parts. The first will be an overview of our program and what specifically it will help you with and why that is so important. In a second, I'll introduce you to our counterparts, Nisreen and Garrett, who are going to walk you through that presentation. And then the second half of tonight is devoted to the users of our platform. If you've ever attended one of these live events, you know that we like to get fresh new faces on here all the time so that you can hear straight from the source the experience from other people who are using this platform. The advantage of having a user base the size of ours is that we are able to bring you fresh and constant stream of fresh users to hear from. So it really doesn't matter if you're here for the first or even the 10th time, and yes, some of you are, you can still get fresh first-hand accounts of what the program can actually achieve. So now, as we get started, I would encourage you to get comfortable, grab yourself a glass of water, some paper and pen, and we'll get going. While you watch this presentation tonight, I would encourage you to jot down any questions that come to mind, and I recommend that you simply reply back to the email we've sent you earlier on with the link that you used to join us live here tonight. One of our mentors who will be happy to address any or all of your questions. Is that okay? So now, without any further ado, I'll turn it to Nisreen and Garrett so that we can get going. Please take it away.
Thank you so much for that great introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. My name's Nisreen. I'm going to be one of your presenters tonight, and I'm excited that you're here. And I'm also very excited to share with you this exciting, this amazing system and this program. So what we're going to be doing tonight is showing you exactly how we've already for years have been helping thousands of people get up and running with their own online business and do it successfully. And we're going to show you how you can also do the same. So just sit back and enjoy. Just get a paper and pen, whatever you need, get comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides in just a second. So just bear with me. I will be right back. Okay, everyone, here we go. So tonight you are definitely in the right place, and tonight it's all about you, your goals, and your own online business. And who are we, you're probably asking? Well, let me tell you, we have been doing this for a very, very long time. This is a webinar that we have been showing people all around the world without fail twice a week for years. And we know that the best way to help people is through giving them the means to actually just help themselves by providing you with the tools that you need so that you can do this successfully and create the freedom and security that you and your family deserve. And by us giving you the means to build and manage your own business, it's really just putting the control back in your hands so that you can control your own future. I mean, that's huge, right? And as a business coach, I really think that this is the best way to help people. And that's why we're here tonight. So the question is, how do we help people? Well, with the most comprehensive all-in-one system where we're going to provide you with everything that you need under one roof, something that no one else in the online space has done at all, not to mention done as well as we have. And, you know, in the same way that a franchise gives you either package of systems and training of what's already worked time and time again for them, this is in many ways our version of an online franchise. We're going to give you the training, the systems, the program, and the support that you're going to need in order to be successful. We're even going to show you the right products to plug into so that you can get up and running in the shortest amount of time possible, so that you can skip all that startup phase, which is where most new business owners struggle, to be honest, and you can get building with momentum your business as fast as possible. This is a system built for you by experts in the industry so that you don't need to be one already. And you don't need previous experience here. Let us be clear, you know, this is not something where you need a business degree or business background in order to see results with a system like this. This is made for anyone. So I hope that you are excited. We are excited to show this to you tonight. We have an amazing presentation and we're going to dive into how it works and why it works. But before we go any further, I'm going to pull on someone to help me. My co-presenter, Garrett, is with me tonight. And I'm so happy to have you join us tonight. Garrett, please tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
All right. Thank you, Nazreen. Hello, everybody. Yeah, my name is Garrett. I've been working online now with my wife, Jill, for the last 5 years. And honestly, we've been very successful. You know, we're really living our dream lives right now. We both left our old careers. We work from home or kind of from anywhere that we are. And we've done very, very well financially as well. So things are really good, you know, but honestly, they weren't always good, right? We really did come from nothing, right? Before I was working online, I was in the Navy for a good 12 years. And, you know, there was a certain point where I kind of looked back on the last, you know, decade or so of my life and, you know, I'd done everything right. You know, according to the life checkbox, right? I ticked off all those boxes. I graduated high school. I went to university. I got a really good, stable career in the military. I met my wife. We had a bunch of kids and, you know, we're doing all these things right. But after, you know, doing all these right things, the things that you're apparently supposed to do, you know, somehow it just didn't add up, right? We didn't have any money. We couldn't do anything, right? So basically I'm sailing around the world for months at a time, right? Missing my wife and kids. Jill's working full time, serving tables, and we're basically both missing out on being parents to our kids, and spouses to each other. And all of that just so we could barely stay afloat financially. Right. And, you know, looking back, I'm shocked it took me so long to realize this. But, you know, once we kind of came to terms with the fact that we were going nowhere, we really took action and changed things. You know, there was a kind of a line in the sand moment, honestly, where, you know, we just kind of said enough is enough, right? What we're doing isn't working. So we started looking for other ways to make money elsewhere. And we turned to the online world and we found something that actually worked. And that's really what we're going to be talking here about today. You know, we worked our butts off and we're at the point now where I'm making more money in a month than I used to in an entire year in the Navy. Okay. And the best part about this is that kind of thing happens all the time, right? We have hundreds of people who have done the same thing, but We'll get into that in a little bit here. For now, let's get into kind of what we're going to cover tonight. Okay, so I mean, more than anything, guys, we want you to get the message that this is something that anybody can do. Right? I'm no tech whiz. I had no experience working online or with computers really before this. I'm still clueless when it comes to technology, right? We have people from like 20-year-old college students all the way to like 65-year-old grandparents that are running successful businesses online with us. It really comes down to the fact that if you have Wi-Fi, you can do this. Okay. And we're going to show you how to actually start your business and become successful with it. And we're going to help you along the whole process as you go. Right now, you've probably noticed that a lot of people around you have been turning to the online space recently. And maybe it's to earn a secondary stream of income. Maybe it's to replace their primary one. And I think it's really important to have a look at why that is. Yeah, I mean, the last 2 years now really have just been crazy, right? It's been crazy, and it seems to only be getting crazier and stranger. And if you look around you, you'll see in a lot of cases all over the planet, the people who aren't working online kind of are having a harder time than the ones who are. You know what I mean? The world was already moving towards, doing everything online, sales online, all the social media, all that stuff, right? And the pandemics and the lockdowns and COVID and everything that's come with all of this has really just added fuel to that fire, right? Everything is moving online and has moved online because the internet is, quite simply, it's better and it's faster. And overall, it's a heck of a lot cheaper to run a business online than anywhere else. Right now, I think the best part of all of this still, in my mind, is that this is still all pretty new stuff, guys. You're getting in at the beginning here. The internet's like 30 years old. And in the long term, like the grand scheme of things, that's really nothing. Right. And we can all agree that the internet presents a massive opportunity, right? Just look at everything.com, right? Imagine where you'd be if you'd invested in Amazon in the 90s or Microsoft in the 80s, right? You'd be a millionaire or a billionaire at this point. The richest people on the planet are all in technology. They're all in internet-based businesses. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all those guys, right? That's technology, internet, and software, right? That's how powerful technology is here, guys. And our results are obviously smaller than Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and all of them, but we are all making money in the same way here. And that's with technology and with the internet. And I think our results really do speak for themselves.
100%. And I'm just going to direct your attention, guys, to this beautiful collage just for 1 second. This is just a very small example of people who didn't wait and who just said enough's enough. This is just a very small example of people who didn't wait and who just said enough's enough. They just responded by taking action. And, they just said that we want to take the control back in our hands, and we have a community that, hit over 100,000 people recently. So as you can imagine, we couldn't fit all the job quitters on this to show you, but so there's definitely a lot more. And I can tell you from my own experience,
really do speak for themselves.
It's just a very small example of people who didn't wait and who just said enough's enough. They just responded by taking action. And, they just said that we want to take the control back in our hands, and we have a community that, hit over 100,000 people recently. So as you can imagine, we couldn't fit all the job quitters on this to show you, but so there's definitely a lot more. And I can tell you from my own experience, this is a freedom unlike any other. I came from the hospitality industry myself. And I had 3 jobs when I started this business. And within 9 months, I quit all of them. And I've never gone back to hospitality since. And, what we've seen with COVID is just that the internet is now truly the safest place. Within 9 months, I quit all of them. And I've never gone back to hospitality since. And, what we've seen with COVID is just that the internet is now truly the safest place to work. So besides all the other smart reasons to, start an online business, our health now is a huge factor as well. So this kind of begs the question in a way, is this for you? Well, I could technically ask you, are you tired of waking up to an alarm clock and going to a job that you don't like? Or are you struggling to pay your bills? Or do you want to be your own boss? And that's something you've always wanted. But no matter who you are, even if you're one of the rare lucky ones who genuinely loves their job, it's going to come at a cost when you're exchanging time for money. No matter who you are, everyone can benefit from, either an additional stream of income to help your family, or a replacement income completely that doesn't come from a job where you're exchanging your time for money. An online income source is truly the. Within 9 months, I quit all of them, and I've never gone back to hospitality since. And what we've seen with COVID is just that the internet is now truly the safest place to work. So besides all the other smart reasons to, start an online business, our health now is a huge factor as well. So this kind of begs the question in a way, is this for you? Well, I could technically ask you, are you tired of waking up to an alarm clock and going to a job that you don't like? Or are you struggling to pay your bills? Or do you want to be your own boss and that's something you've always wanted? But no matter who you are, even if you're one of the rare lucky ones who genuinely loves their job, it's going to come at a cost when you're exchanging time for money. No matter who you are, everyone can benefit from, either an additional stream of income to help your family, or a replacement income completely that doesn't come from a job where you're exchanging your time for money. An online income source is truly the solution here. So, it comes to the point where I honestly think that this is definitely for anybody. This is a matter of, do you want to spend more time with your family? Do you know that everybody that I speak to on the phone, this is the top number one priority for them. This is everybody's main reason, and having more money to do the things you want in life. Well, who doesn't want that? Who wouldn't say yes to that? And as far as having, that preparation for retirement and a nest egg, guys, this is not a cushy kind of idea here. Having a nest egg to retire comfortably is a necessity. It's an absolute necessity. My own serving jobs, for example, were not as rigid as a 9-to-5, but I still had no freedom. I made okay money, but I wasn't happy. I was juggling, running around like a headless chicken from one job to the next, amongst other things in my life. And I was tired, worn out, and I would have given anything to stop serving. And luckily, I found something in time. And the automation in the system allows you to start living your life now instead of waiting till you're 65. What I love is that I don't have to put my living on hold. I'm not in front of my computer for endless hours a day working around the clock until I'm 65, but rather the automation in my business means that the machines the machines are just so incredible because they don't take breaks. They don't walk away. Talk about like a time and a money saver. I don't have to be in 10 places at once. In other words, my business is running and earning me money while I'm spending time with my family, or doing anything that I want to do, flying to the next spot on the globe because I love to travel. My own serving jobs, for example, were not as rigid as a 9-to-5, but I still had no freedom. I made okay money, but I wasn't happy. I was juggling, running around like a headless chicken. From one job to the next, amongst other things. Idea here, having time with my family, or
I'm not your everyday person, and neither is anyone here. This wasn't my backup plan, right? This was my plan. This was the thing that was going to change my life for me and my family, and that's exactly what it did. We've been working online now for 5 years, like I said, and the one thing I can guarantee you is that our system works if you work it. All right, I'm living proof of that. You saw all those job quitters a couple slides back. That's just a tiny cross section, but they're also living proof of this. Our system is solid. Our system is tested. It works, guys. The only variable here is you.
100%. And that's something we reiterate in our business community all the time. And, since becoming my own boss 4.5 years ago, my life, guys, has no walls, no limits. I decide when and how much I work and how much I earn. I love the fact that I'm not limited to going to a building to earn money. My business's location is everywhere. It goes where I go. I'm not limited to a schedule set by my boss who needs to fill the shifts or whatever, but I'm working when and how much I want and taking time off when I want. And I'm not limited to answering to someone else who decides how much I make. That's the worst of it all. And I think most people would agree with that. I live in Vancouver here, and the government here, and I think this is across the whole country of Canada, allows restaurant owners to pay their servers below minimum wage. It's a crazy legal loophole that actually keeps serving staff in a place of totally being dependent on their tips to live off because their paychecks are really, really tiny. And, the money instead that my business generates in 1 month covers several months of living expenses, and there's no ceiling to your income here. So if you've always wanted to work for yourself but have had no idea how or where to even begin, then you're exactly in the right place, and you're exactly the type of person who the system it was built for. In the last few years, I've seen so many people do incredible things in our community. You know, people are capable of doing really amazing stuff, but often they just need a little help. So that's why we want to start you off on the right foot here with a rock solid foundation. So just as you would, need a really firm foundation when building a house, the same is true for an online business. So first, we're going to talk about pillars, because in any business, offline or online, there's the same 3 pillars that you need for any business to be successful. But the way in which you would say set up these pillars in an offline business is extremely different than in the online world. So what we're going to do is share with you how we've taken care of each of these 3 pillars for you so that you can get set up properly and easily. So let's start them off with pillar number 1, Garrett.
Now, thanks to the internet, we all know that you can pretty much buy anything you want whenever you want. I mean, look around you, you see picture frames and you see doorknobs and you see fridges, right? I'm just naming things I see in my room right now, but half those things I bought online and the other half I probably could have, right? And honestly, it's a beautiful thing to be in a position where you kind of connect people with the things they want. And as a marketer, I want to find ways to do that, and I want to make a commission on top, right? Now, the really, really smart retailers, they've capitalized on the fact that there are people like me who, want a piece of that pie, right? So they set up these referral programs to pay commissions to everyday people like you and me for marketing and selling their products online for them. Now, if you look here, there's just a few examples of some of these retailers with these referral or affiliate programs, right? And the programs that these huge retailers have in place are really the reason that there's some of the biggest companies on the planet. Right? You've got eBay, Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Apple, just to name a few here. These guys are so successful because they're leveraging people like us, right? Right? They're basically using people to do the legwork for them and sell their products, right? So that's one way to go here. Now, another way to find products to sell is by joining what's called an affiliate network. And here are a few of the bigger ones here. What these guys do is they give you access to a kind of a wider variety of retailers that have their own referral programs. So they're basically like the middleman here. Now, I want you to have a look at the URL at the bottom of this slide. And this is something you might see when you're just about to buy something online, right? You look at everythingafter.com there. That's someone's affiliate ID. So that means that someone's getting paid a commission when this purchase is made. And I mean, I want that someone to be me, really. And you should want that someone to be you.
100%. So this is how it works online, guys. You either have to work with one of these retailers directly, or you're going to need to work with one of these large networks. And as a business owner, you really want to maximize your earnings, right? So what we've done is remove the middleman altogether so that no one is taking a piece of commission away from you. We set you up with the retailer directly so that you can make more money. And not just working with the retailer directly, but the right retailer. This really makes a huge difference because not all retailers are created equal. Many have gone bankrupt, and you want to make sure that you're connected to ones that you can count on, ones with a strong history and track record who are going to be there for you in the future and will pay you all the commission that you earn. So we've taken care of that all for you in pillar number 1. So let's take a look at pillar number 2, because all you need after that is to find a way to tell your people about your product.
Yeah. Okay. So first off, we identified the products that we want to sell. Now you have to find a way to sell them, right? And this is where the sales funnel comes into play. When it comes to sales, there are really 2 ways to go. Either you go to them or they come to you, right? There's that traditional, I call it the salesy approach. I don't know if that's a word, but that's where you're actively searching out customers and you're handing out business cards and you're cold calling and you're networking. And, a lot of times you're basically begging for business, and that's a very hard thing to do. It's for the true salespeople of the world. And that's not me. That's not something I'm very good at. It's not something that most people are very good at. So that's not what we do. Okay. What we do is called attraction marketing. And that's when we bring the sales to us. And I tell you guys, it is a heck of a lot easier than any other way of selling things. Okay. Now, Attraction marketing is completely useless without a sales funnel though. So I'm going to turn it over to Nazreen here a little bit so she can kind of get into what exactly that is.
For sure. Thank you. Well, maybe guys, you've never heard of a sales funnel. I remember when I watched my first webinar 4.5 years ago, I certainly didn't. But a sales funnel is not a new concept. In fact, every properly set up online business out there has some form of a sales funnel on their back end. It's just basically another way of saying an automated system whereby instead of someone, at your business physically that is, going to people saying, you need this product and you should buy this and hey, you should buy this now. Instead, the online system is giving your customers all the information they need in one place. And so, for example, people can come to my website and they have all the resources they need to make an informed decision when they're ready on their own. And that's how it should be. It removes the pushiness and instead uses that consistency and service and does this for you 24/7 so that you don't have to. It does this on your behalf. And this happens while you're sleeping, while you're out with your family during the day, whatever. The systems are generating leads for you. And, this happens in my business daily. I wake up and I have email notifications in my inbox showing me that I have leads or even made sales without me knowing that they're there. A sales funnel streamlines it all and it makes the process so easy, which after a while does start to feel like you're almost printing your own money.
Yeah. And I mean, when you have a sales funnel that's working like it's supposed to, you're basically putting in money and you're getting back more than you put in, right? And honestly, guys, that's business 101, right? You want to make something where you're putting in $1 and you're getting $2 back, right? Or you're putting in 5 and getting back 100, like you see there. What's beautiful about what we're doing here online is there are no limits. Okay, when you're doing this online, there are no limits. With a sales funnel that's actually working, you should be able to put in like $10,000 and get out $100,000, right? Why not? And who wouldn't do that if they could, right? But you have to remember, this kind of thing only happens when you have a sales funnel that works.
Totally. And the reason, guys, why most people don't even bother considering starting an online business in the first place is because they don't have all the know-how and the time or the money that's required. Take a look at this little list right here, because that's all. These are all literally all the things that you're going to need. And I know that you don't have all that's on this list. Maybe you have one, but most people don't have all of these, and we know that, and that's why you're here. But that's why the system is so successful, because it's already built for people like you. We put together the system, turned it into a well-oiled machine to give you with all of the crucial components built into it so that you can reach the goals that you want without the stress. So in other words, you don't need the technical knowledge, and you don't need design experience. We have a whole tech team on the back end putting together all these moving parts and all of the programs that need to speak to each other and all of the programs that need to speak to each other and putting together your website for you. You don't need the marketing know-how. You don't need all this extra time that it's going to take to put together all these complicated pieces, and you don't need anywhere close to the money that it would take to actually do this. You can simply use our system and plug in and go. It's not just about the system, obviously, it's about making the system work for you. We provide you with incredible training to teach you how to take the sales funnel and actually maximize it by not just attracting people to it, but the right people. You want quality leads that will turn into quality buyers for your business. And the rest is letting the system convert them for you as the system engages them on your behalf. They're doing that between the capture page, between the engaging emails, and it's doing that all for you. And this is one big reason why people love working with us, because having this put together so that you can plug in and go and the technical stuff all maintained for you saves you thousands of dollars and so much frustration. We've essentially built the vehicle for you, maintained the engine for you, but you get to enjoy driving it. So we take care of all the tough parts so that you can focus on the fun part, which brings us to pillar number 3.
Yeah, this is the fun part, honestly. Like, we found the products to sell. We found a way to sell them. Now we have to find the people to sell them to, right? And this is where the marketing and the targeting and all the stuff that I've come to find to be really fun comes into play, right? Now, I think it's important that we pin down what we mean by traffic and really how important leads are to any business. What a lead is, it's basically just people coming to your business, right? And I want you to think about your local Walmart, for example, okay? Let's say they have a parking lot full of people ready to go in and buy a bunch of stuff. And everyone gets out of their cars, they go to the doors and they find that the doors are locked. Well, in that case, Walmart has a whole bunch of leads, but they have no customers because they can't get into the store, right? No traffic, no sales, bad day for Walmart, right? Now, let's look at this another way here. Now, just imagine the parking lot again. It's filled with people and everyone goes in and they all spend $1, right? Now, 10,000 people go in and spend $1 each. That's still a really bad day for Walmart. So in that case, they have the quantity, but what's really important in business is quality.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're going to show you how to get those quality leads. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. We've made it easy to summarize. We got the right offer. We have the right system to help you introduce that offer to your market. And then we help you understand how to get high quality traffic for your business. And that together is what generates income and revenue. That's easy math, right? So that's why you're here tonight, of course. What I love here is that, when you reduce this down, it's really just about helping people. We all need several things in our life. And, since we can't provide all these things for ourselves, what we do is we end up looking elsewhere to have someone provide it for us. I mean, that's really all business is helping people resolve a need that they have. Sometimes people will call this need a pain point, and I'll give you a quick example. There was one, I already mentioned that I live in Vancouver, and we do not get a whole bunch of snow right here in the city, but once in a while we do. And a few years back we did. And I remember even just from my car to one of my jobs that I had at the time, I was walking in ankle deep snow, and I did not have shoes or boots at the time that were waterproof. And after a couple of days of being pretty miserable, doing my entire serving shift in soaking wet feet, I finally just said, no, I got to go out and find the right boots. I spent a couple $100s on a great quality pair of boots that are completely waterproof, and I still love using them to this day. So that's a good example, but I'm going to personalize my point a little bit further. You're all here to find a way to make a stream of income online from the comfort and safety of your own home, right? And, so if you've come across one of these websites, because we know that you have, because you're here, right? Maybe it looked like this, or maybe it looked a little bit different, inviting you to attend a free webinar, right? You took that offer because built into the system is the message from people like you who have walked the walk already. And here is where you're learning how to resolve that need. Business all works exactly the same way. So, when I came across this opportunity myself in 2017, I had already spent 23 long years as a server, and I was past the point of exhaustion in every way. I was ready, I was ready to own my time and replace my income for good. And that for me was a huge pain point, and this was the solution.
That's it, guys, right? This is the exact system that I'm using. This is the exact system that Nasreen is using, that all these people beside us here are using, right? We basically told you the secret, so why not just go off and do this on your own? And sure, you could, but you are going to run into a couple of huge obstacles. Okay, first off, it's going to take you forever to make your own sales funnel and to make it actually work, right? You need a whole bunch of different programs and software to all work together and talk to each other to actually produce the sales that you're looking for. And that's hard, right? It's taken us years to perfect ours. But I think even more importantly, guys, it's going to really cost you, right? These systems that we're using are pricey. We've actually put together a little list here of some of the platforms that a lot of people are using in the online space. And if you look here, these are really just the basic plain Jane platforms that people are using. But look at the prices here, right? This is not cheap software. We're talking like $22,000 before you even get out of the gate. And I'll be honest here, guys, this is the short list. This isn't everything you'd even need. We didn't bother listing it all because really you don't need to know, right? You have us, right? You don't need to do this on your own. We've got the system built. Really all you have to do is plug into it, skip all that hard stuff and get right down to business.
And not only, guys, are you going to get to leverage the system here, but you're going to leverage us. Another reason people are so reassured working with us is knowing that they're not walking in being taught by someone who's just got a few weeks experience, but they're actually learning from our global team of experts in the industry. So now it's your turn to leverage us. In other words, you get to use us because we've walked the walk already. No one has ever reached success all on their own. I mean, why would you want to do that and put all that on your shoulders? You know, here you don't have to. We have countless people making 5 and 6 figure months, 6 and 7 figures annually. Imagine having a mastermind of people around you like that, willing to help, sharing their wisdom, experience, their do's and don'ts, and all to help you build your momentum in your business. That is a huge benefit, and it's absolutely priceless. So let's recap again these 3 pillars. You know, we've found the products already. We've gone out, we've found the products for the system already that produce the high commissions. We have the sales funnel that's already been tested and proven to work over years and over tens of thousands of people. And we know that it works and gets results. And, you know, we have the training to back it all up. It's all very easy to follow, step-by-step modules that are just completely user-friendly. And the fact that this is all automated, you know, saves you so much time. Now, obviously, our system is not 100% automated. You know, I'm still the business owner of my business, so I'm putting in my effort, but all of the most difficult parts are automated to make things so much smoother and simpler for you. So when you close the laptop and you walk away to enjoy your day or evening with your family, your business doesn't stop. So it allows you to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. And this is how we're helping people and how we can help you too. But here's where I'm just gonna, ask you guys to pause on this whole presentation for a second so that you can really ask yourself one important question.
You know, when you think about it, it really does kind of all come down to these 3 little words, right? Are you ready? Are you ready to step out of your comfort zone and learn how to do something that will change your entire life? Are you ready to stop letting other people tell you what your time is worth and kind of, live life on your own terms, right? Or to stop working for other people and building their wealth instead of yours, right? I'll tell you guys, if your answer to any of those questions is yes, you're going to absolutely love what we have to offer tonight. So, Nazreen, let's get into what's on the table here.
Absolutely. So this is it, guys. When you join our team, you're going to be getting all of this stuff. And we're going to go into it a little bit more in detail in a second. But yes, the coaching and the mentorship, because you cannot do this on your own. We are here to support you. And that's both in a personal way with your own coach and mentor assigned to you, as well as the large community of people around you. You get weekly masterminds that you can tap into, all the training in a step-by-step format, and the products as well, all in one space. And speaking on the products, you can sell trinkets and Tupperware or makeup and all those little, cutesy little things, and you can make a little bit of pocket change. But you're not here tonight for that, because pocket change can't change your reality. It really can't. You're here to make serious life-changing income. And for that, you need products that pay high commissions, and we have them. And the cherry on top here, as we said already, is that you're never going to be doing the act of selling in your business anyway. The system is engaging your leads on your behalf and doing that selling for you. And then there's our personal coaching program. And this is where you're going to have the chance to get on the phone for a one-on-one coaching call with one of our experienced top coaches, a leader in our community, to help you and strategize with you on the best plan of action that is catered for you to have the best success based on what you want to achieve in your business. And you're going to be working for yourself, but not by yourself, right? And we've made that really, really clear tonight. The continual personal and community support never, ever goes away. And here's where you can attend weekly meetings to hear directly the specific strategies from our 6 and 7 figure earners. And all the training is recorded as well, which includes the meetings, so that you can refer back to them again and again. And what you're going to learn is how to leverage the power of social media marketing. Facebook, Google, YouTube, all of these are not just for killing time and keeping in touch with friends and watching funny videos, although that's all great too. But these are the biggest business platforms in the world, guys. Facebook alone has 1.9 billion active users daily, on a daily basis. And I know you've seen the ads online, right? They're everywhere. And the only people really thriving during this really difficult time right now are the business owners on the other end, because they're at home and you're at home, and they still have a way to get their business, whether it's a service or a product, in front of you. And that's why it's so important to your success to learn how to use these powerful platforms for your business, because you need these skills, and that's why it's all built into our training. And I know it sounds like a lot, right? But you're not doing this alone, not ever, not in any phase of your business. And unlike a typical solopreneur where you have to figure things out on your own, here there are thousands of people in every time zone to help you. So throw your questions at them and see what's working for them and what's not. And no matter how often you get stuck, there are so many people here to help you get unstuck. You know, everyone knows Oprah Winfrey, right? She started from nothing and she built an empire. And I love what she says. She says, surround yourself only with people who will take you higher. And that's exactly what we do every day for our business owners. So maybe the best thing I can do at this point is bring it back to you, Garrett, because you know, you and Jill had no previous experience and you guys are absolutely killing it.
Yeah, I mean, you're dead right? I had never had a business in my life, right? No sales, no marketing, nothing like that. And like you said, I was one of those people that just looked up old friends. That was my social media experience, right? Or looked at stupid videos, right? I didn't even know what a Facebook ad was, to be honest, or Meta. You know, I know without a doubt in my mind that I could not have done any of this without my mentors, right? And now, you know, what happens here is you kind of evolve. I'm in the position to mentor myself now. And you know, I can see what people need help with and I can help them because chances are I needed help with the exact same thing, right? And that's really how it works for all of us, right? Every single person beside me here has their own mentor and I can guarantee you that they are all better off for it, right? And what's so cool about what we're doing here is that you're using the same system that your mentor is using. Right. And this is the system that let me leave a 12-year Navy career, right? And spend all this time with my family. Right. But, you know, honestly, guys, I know what it's like. You know, I didn't have $20,000, $30,000 lying around to start an online business either. Right. That was out of the question before. It wasn't that long ago. I was driving around this crappy blue minivan where, you know, if you open the sliding door, it would like literally fall off. And we would park away from the school, dropping the kids off just because we were so embarrassed, right? We were just flat broke. And you know, I've been there, right? I will never go back though, because of this exact system, right? And that's because I didn't have to pay, $21,600, right? To start my business. And that's really something to think about. Okay. So let's get down to brass tacks here, guys. You know, it's been like 40 minutes or so now. We've talked about what we do. We talked about how we do it and how literally anyone with a connection to the internet can do this too. But it's probably time we get into what we're offering here. Okay. So here it is, the offer of a lifetime. For $149, you can join our system and you can start your own online business. And I want you to think about this, guys. I've done the math. Compared to $22,000, that's like a 99% discount, okay? This is an absolute no-brainer.
And we need to be clear here, guys. You know, this is not a subscription. This is not a monthly charge at all, but a one-time charge only. I mean, you might be asking, how can we possibly do this for so little? Well, when you work with a group as large as ours, we have the benefit of mass purchasing power, which just means that the savings can be passed on to you, which is why in all these years, we've never and will never make this a monthly fee, ever. And for those of you who have had a business before, I mean, you know what an amazing opportunity this is. And for those of you who have decided to join tonight, well, here's what you're going to need to do next. You're going to click that button up there that says join our team. And we mean it when we say team, guys. It means that from here on, we are in this together. You're not doing this alone. And when you click on that button, we then send you an email with some really important links and some next steps. We're going to send you some vital information packed into some videos that goes far more in depth so that you can fully understand all the ins and outs of this business. And, you know, you can watch those videos as often as you need to with whoever you want. We want you to understand how this business model really works in detail and exactly how it can help you and your family. And you're going to get to see all of the products and understand how they work. And of course, the commissions, which everyone's so excited to see, and to see the strategies on how we can make some really incredible money in this business. I'm talking strategies that, you know, we've applied and used for years so that you can actually start applying them right away. And we're also going to add you to our private Facebook group so that you can check us out really, really well. You really snoop us, you know, and this step is really a big part of your research too, and doing your due diligence. And I really believe it's so important so that you can really see the faces of the people behind this group. So you can see how real we are, see the system, see the real results all in one place. And here tonight, you know, there's just a few of us down below here, and Garrett and myself, like, I mean, our Facebook group like I said, hit over 100,000 people. So obviously we can't invite everybody on here, but you're going to be able to see that when you join our group. And lastly, you're going to have a link to book your one-on-one coaching call with your assigned coach. And this is where you're going to have that uninterrupted time with your coach, one of our successful leaders in the community, where we can help come up with a game plan to help you get started in the best way possible that's catered for you. For a second here, guys, I'm going to talk about integrity because this is super important. Business is all about relationships, and you can't have quality relationships without integrity. You know, integrity is absolutely everything to us, and it's our driving force, and we completely stand by it. It's what our community is built on, and we don't sacrifice respect for one another for anything. And it shows itself everywhere you look. We pride ourselves on a beautifully diverse community in every way. You know, different ages and gender, culture, it doesn't make any difference. Respect is given to everyone, and it shows in how we interact with each other, how transparent we are with each other, and it exists in the very way we help each other succeed. We push ourselves to constantly provide our people with 24-hour full access to training and systems so that they can maintain control of their business to maximize their earnings. But we are a community that will provide our people with 24-hour full access to training and systems so that they can maintain control of their business to maximize their earnings. But we are a community that will expect you to be passionate about your business, a community that will expect you to push yourself and be self-driven. The success of your business will be your drive. It's all up to you, your drive and your motivation. Even with all these systems and tools, it makes zero difference how badly I want this for you. It's 100% up to you to show up and put in the effort. So this could be your life-changing moment, your line in the sand, your breaking point where you decide that enough's enough and you want to finally do something that you've never been able to do before, or maybe something you never dreamed was possible before. This is it. This is your chance to create a life with more time and more income than you ever thought was possible. So here it is, guys. This is your chance of a lifetime. If you've ever wanted to, find a way to work online with a business of your own, but you've never had any idea how to break into the online space, this is your chance. And you do not need to be a tech guru. Like we've already said it so many times already, but it's worth saying again. You do not need to be a tech person or computer savvy or have a business background, or it doesn't matter. We have you covered in every step of the way, and we're saving you time here. We've saving you money, and to skip all of those terrible, frustrating mistakes that most people will and do make when they do this on their own. Again, we like to compact things and put it under one roof. Like I said before, we're giving you the vehicle, we're maintaining it for you. It's just about, handing you the keys and just saying, enjoy the ride, Take a look at the job quitters again. Guys, if you've ever felt stuck in your job for too long, and like I said, 23 years in serving, God, I was past my expiration date for quite a few years, but you know what that's like. Maybe you've wanted to work for yourself and you've dreamed of the day that you could walk into your boss's office and tell him or her those two beautiful words, I quit. You can. And look at all these faces. Look at all these people who have paved the way for you. And this is a small fraction of our job quitters. We cannot fit all of them in one tiny little space here. But imagine being, surrounded by people like this, people that you can ask questions to and engage with, mastermind and strategize with, people that can help you in every way. And, if this pandemic, oh goodness, if this pandemic ever happens again, or God forbid, I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody does, right? But if it ever happens again, you'll at least have the security of knowing that you're already online and you have something in place and set up. I know many people that have struggled during 2020 and that still do in different ways. And my heart just goes out to them, and for us personally, my husband and I, because we had this in place already, when COVID hit, our business didn't change anything. It kept going like clockwork. So guys, if $149 can change your life for good in the ways that we're talking about, I've got to think that, you can see why it's worth it. And Garrett, I'm going to pull you back here for just one last time, just to tell everyone exactly what they're getting and why this is a totally secure transaction.
Okay, so let's break this all down. First off, you are getting access to the product mix that will make you the most amount of money in the least amount of time. quite simply. Okay. We're going to show you how to use the most powerful marketing tool on planet Earth to get your message out there. And we're going to keep you on top of your game with these weekly masterminds and personal mentorship. Okay. Now, guys, you're getting plugged into an automated system here, which means that you're really going to be able to finally, make money while you sleep, or while you're laying on the beach, or while you're watching a hockey game, or whatever you want, right? And how this actually rolls out here is that for every single person who joins our platform, you're getting plugged into a custom tailored part of our system, which means that we're defining every single aspect of this as yours. We're putting you in the position of expert here, right? You're the person or the business, I guess, that everyone wants to work with, right? And that's why this works for our people. So in a nutshell, guys, this is what you're getting. And I tell you, it's a heck of a lot, but we are going to step it up just one more notch here. I mean, for you now, you're still learning and you're still pretty new to this, and you're going to be figuring things out for a while here. So we're going to take all the stress right off. Okay. We're going to let you check out everything for a full month, completely risk-free. Okay. Which means that you're getting a full 30 days to decide if this is for you. And if for whatever reason it's not, all you have to do is ask and we'll refund your $149. Now, there is one condition on that, and I think you'll agree this is totally fair. All that we ask is that you don't get your refund after you've had your coaching call. Okay. And the reason for that's really simple, right? Our coaches are compensated for their time out of that $149. Okay. And everybody's time is worth something, right? Your time is valuable. Their time is valuable too. So once you've had that coaching call and your coach has sat down with you and taken time to understand what's going on in your life and really come up with a plan that's going to get you going in your own business here, obviously you're not going to qualify for a refund at that point. Okay. And I think that's pretty fair. But anytime within the 30 days before that call, all you have to do is ask. So you know what, guys, I'm going to close off by saying this. Working online has truly changed my life and my family's life in remarkable ways. I know without a doubt, if I hadn't clicked that button that you're looking at right now, that join our success team, I would still be in the Navy right now. I would be sailing somewhere in the world that I don't want to be, away from my wife, away from my kids, away from my home. And I'd be missing everything. All right. But instead, because I took a chance on myself, because I reached that line in the sand moment, and said enough is enough, I've been able to spend as much time at home with my wife and kids as I can. I can spend my days doing whatever I like. And that is truly the freedom that I was looking for, and that you probably are too. So you never know, right? This might be your line in the sand moment yourself, but you won't know until you know, right? So our part tonight is done, you guys. I want to thank you on behalf of Nazreen and myself for listening. And we're going to turn it over to some amazing presenters now who are going to share some truly amazing stories. So yeah, on behalf of Nazreen and I want to thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the inside.
Wow, wasn't that amazing, everybody? Every time I listen to that presentation, I feel like, please sign me up and I'll do it all over again in a heartbeat. Thank you so much, Garrett and Nisreen. And just to reiterate what Garrett and Nisreen said, that 149 is a bargain of a lifetime. I literally have an entire tech team that runs it for me, you know, that takes care of all the techie stuff so that I don't need to worry about it. And I love that. And at this point, I'm running my business from my smartphone, and it's so amazing. Okay, so now that the presentation portion of tonight is over, that brings us to our other presenters. All of these awesome people that you see next to me are our other users of this system. And these people, these ladies, have generously given us their time today to come up in here and share their experiences in the hope that maybe you'll see some of yourself in each of us. See just what's possible. None of these people had to be here. So first and foremost, I would say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for your time, everybody. And I'm so excited to hear what you have to share. Okay, so for us to get going, I am going to start off with Shushma, and then let's go right down the line so that we can hear from everybody. Is that okay? Right, Shushma, please take it away.
Hello, everyone. We are live, actually. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world that you are watching, are going to, watch the replay live, guys. Okay. First of all, Roxanne, thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my successful journey and my experience in this amazing platform. So yeah, officially introducing myself. My name is Susma. Sabijana namaste. I'm originally from Nepal, residing here in New York. It's close to 9 years. I'm a single mom. Profession-wise, I'm a real estate agent working part-time these days. Yes, guys, you heard me right, because I'm, almost quitting my real estate career. Why? Because I see so much potential in this platform rather than in real estate, and making 6 figures of income in real estate in New York City. It's not a big deal, guys. So you can imagine how much potential that I've already seen in this platform. So, all right, today I'm going to share my little bit, journey regarding my biggest why to start this business. On top of that, how I ended up, finding this business. So I came here in 2014 with my son from Singapore to give him a better life, good education, fulfill his American dream. Like any other immigrants, as soon as we landed on this, one of the most expensive cities like New York, then we realized that, damn, it wasn't easy at all. So I started, working, as a nail technician full time. That's why my nails are always like good shape and colored. And on top of that, I used to, work, part time as a housekeeper. That time, since I was a sole breadwinner, I used to work like 13, 14 hours a day, sometimes even like 7 days a week. But still, it was like so hard and challenging for me to take care of those piles and piles of bills. And one of my very, interesting story was I still remember those days when I used to live in a semi-basement apartment, which is like the ground floor apartment, where you have to survive with the lights 24/7. So you can imagine how dark those apartments are. And living in those kind of apartment, was that my choice? No, it wasn't. Every time, especially at night when my son used to cough constantly because of lack of oxygen, I used to blame myself. I used to feel so guilty that, as a mom, I always dreamed to, bring my, raise my boy in a good environment, right? But because of my situation, I was like blaming myself, saying that, did I make the right choice to bring my son in this, country? So yeah, before going to bed, every night I used to pray to God that, God, please one day, let me wake up watching the sunrise from my window. That's how desperate and determined I was. And every time when I share this story, I used to cry, but these days now, I think I feel like I'm getting much stronger since I'm in this platform for 2.5 years. So that made me confident. On top of that, financial freedom that I received from this, amazing business as well. So yeah, so since I was in a land of opportunity, I pushed myself, worked hard. I used to study until like 2-3 a.m. in the morning after my job to get the license of real estate. So that's how I ended up, getting in real estate. And yes, for the past 6 years, I'm making really good money. I already ended up, selling over like how many houses? Almost 32 properties in New York, ranging from 600,000 to 2.2 million so far. But every time when I, close the deal, still I feel like somebody is controlling my schedule. I still feel like I'm still, building an empire for other people. So, hey, what about my dream? What about the goal? Am I just staying here just to build an empire for other people, fulfill other people's dreams and desire? No, right? So yeah, in 2020, when COVID hit, that gave me one of the greatest lessons that, oh my gosh, we need to have plan B. So in order for us to have the time and financial freedom, we need to become our own boss. We cannot just let the other people to control our schedule and our income. That's what I've learned. That's how I ended up, getting to know this business. And luckily, my mentor, she is someone whom I know for the past, 3 decades. So we are more like a family friend. Just seeing her income, guys. Okay, that's a recent check that I got from this business, and I haven't even opened it. It's all seal packed. You guys can see. This is the income of not even like a week. So all seal packed. This is how much I am, getting blessings from this platform. So now I feel that, yeah, I made a right choice, guys. I'm in one of the best platforms that I am going to live the best life that I always dreamed of. Now, I don't even feel excited to open all this check. Why? Because there are ×2 checks are on the way, so that I'm gonna deposit everything together. And last month was the biggest month of the blessings from this business. Guys, this is not to brag, but to inspire you guys. Anything is possible as long as you have dedications, as long as you have you work hard, consistency. Anything is possible. I never thought I'm gonna make this much of money from this platform. When I was very new, I was making 3,000 to 5,000. I think that's more than enough for me. I think that's everybody, thought when they are very new in this business. But guys, that's wrong. I was wrong. Now, yes, last month, since I hit one of the biggest milestones that I always dreamed of, and I made over 12,000 just the bonuses, and the total income or the check that I made from this business is over $53,000. Guys, I know it's too good to be true, but yes, that's true. Now I'm planning to buy over, at least 1.5 million of, $1 million house. That's going to be my investment property, not the luxurious one, because since I'm a realtor, so I know how to work with money and the investment. All right. And look at me. Oh my gosh. Look at the confidence that I have. It's all because of this business. And top of that, if you are an adventurous person like me, then you can travel and earn at the same time. You don't have to worry paying the bills. Okay. You can take this platform anywhere you go. And on top of that, I'm, having such a quality time with my son. Since my son is already 26, so I know that he's going to leave me soon. But every milestone counts. Every moment that I spend with him gonna be so memorable that I'm going to treasure the whole life. Don't you want to do that? Okay. So anyway, guys, please, take the first step to pay 149. You're gonna thank us later. If not, then you're gonna regret. All right. Anyway, guys, please, so we are so looking forward to see you guys inside. And since we are real people having real results, we are there to help you, assist you, and lead you to the success that we are leading. All right. So please, please, please don't waste your time. Stop building the empire for other people. Being your own boss and start building your own dreams and desire. All right, that's it, Roxanne. Thank you. Thank you to you.
That was so amazing. Thank you so much, Roshna. That was so inspiring. From stress to blessed. I was about to cry when you mentioned your testimony, but I'm so happy and rejoicing with you. Congratulations. Right. Are you guys already motivated and inspired to start your online business? I'm sure you are now. Let's move on to Farhana, please take it away. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roxanne, for giving me the opportunity. Hi, everyone. So my name is Farhana. I will just give a quick introduction of myself. So I'm originally from India. I'm currently living here in Canada. We moved here in 2019. We moved here with my toddler, my son, who was a year and a half old when we moved. Right now, I have 2 kids. I have a 6-year-old and I have a 3-year-old boy. And I have been in the business for 4.5 years now. I'll start with a little bit of reason for me getting into the business. So when we moved to Canada back in 2019, both me and my husband, we decided that both of us will have to work in order to have a secure life and have a good income for our family, because we came here for a better future for ourselves. So both of us did get a job. My husband, he's a physiotherapist. He cleared his licensing exams and everything, and he got a job. My background from India, I have done a bachelor's in pharmacy. I have an MBA from India. But working here in Canada, you need a Canadian experience. And without that, I did not get a very good pay scale to start with. And my starting salary was just $18 an hour, with which I was working. And for me, in order for me to be working, I had to send my son to the daycare. So he was spending entire day while we were working, he was spending in the daycare. And the drawbacks for those were that the daycare fees are really expensive. So majority of the pay which I was making used to go to pay for his daycare fees and the car insurances and all of those things. So in the end, whatever salary I had, and when you deduct all of these things, there was hardly anything left in my hand to save or anything of that sort. And it felt like both me and my husband, we decided that it's not making sense for me to continue working for such little money. And we decided that I will stay home and take care of our son and not work anymore. But deep inside, I did not want to become just a stay-at-home mom. And I have always been financially independent. Even when I was working in India, when I have always had my own money, and I did not want to be this dependent person. So I started searching for things, and in my search, I have come across this business. And right now, after 4.5 years of doing this, I cannot imagine not having this in my life. Like, if I had not taken the step, back in 2019 to get set up with the business, things would have looked very, very different. I'll just list down a few of the things which I have been able to achieve, by working with the system for these many years. As new immigrants, one of the major dreams that all of us have is to have our own house, to buy our own property. And we have been able to purchase a house in this beautiful district of Oakville. We live in Ontario, and we were able to purchase our own house in Oakville. We were able to put in a huge down payment because of the savings which we were able to make from the business. And I have also been able to travel back home, because we don't have any, my parents, my husband parents, everyone is back in India. We don't have family here. So we want our kids to experience, the culture back home and be, in touch with the grandparents and the cousins and everything. So we have been able to regularly go to India, spend months over there. And I have been able to do that because the business is online, and it doesn't matter if I'm doing it from India or from Canada. So I have been able to do that. Plus, I have incorporated my business, which means I do not run the business in my name. I run it as an INC company, which have a lot of benefits. Obviously, you save a lot on taxes and everything. So we have been able to do that. And I also remember that when I was working in the 9-to-5 job, and like there was so much frustrations, and there was like I never had energy even when I got back home, because even though I was spending so much time away from my child, when I got back home, I was tired, I was exhausted. Even my child, he was like, always cranky and always crying. He always wanted to spend time with me, but there was no time to just sit and spend quality time. We had to, get him wound down, and, his bedtime, his bath time, and put him to bed, because all of us had to wake up really early next day to start our days. And that was the cycle which was always there. And I was always this frustrated, this impatient, always losing temper, and, that kind of person. And I feel like because of the lifestyle which I have been able to create with the business, all of those things have also changed. And I would just give in a little bit of the financial results which I have been able to make. My biggest month with this business has been, I have made $30,000 in a month, in the month of March. And on average, I make around $8,000, $10,000 is the, minimum and average which I make every month. Some months are amazing, but, this is the potential. This is just what I want to share, that these are not typical results. You need to work for it. And if you work for it, it is completely possible for anyone to make this kind of results. You see me, I'm no extraordinary person. I don't have any special talents or skills to be making this money. It's all the system that all of us are using. And I would highly encourage you to take the step and at least check out what it is and how it can work for you and what is there in store for you on the other side. That's all from me, Roxanne. Thank you so much.
That was amazing. Thank you so much, Farhana. Such an inspirer testimonies you've just shared to us. Thank you so much. We are going to hear from Anjum this time. Anjum, brother, please take it away.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Roxanne? Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Roxanne. And hello and assalamu alaikum, everybody. I hope everybody's doing great. So my name is Anjum Nawab, and I live in Calgary, Canada. And a little peek about my background is I come from India, the southern state of Tamil Nadu. I was born in Tamil Nadu. I was raised in Dubai. I got married. My husband is from Bangalore, yet another state in the southern part of India. We moved over to the US for a fresh and new beginning, stayed there for long, good 7 years. And then finally, in the year 2020, we moved over to Calgary as permanent residents. And my academic qualifications is like I've done a BBA, but I am a stay-home mom with no job experience, and I have never done any work, any kind of exposure to the outside, work environment. So that's something which I've always been worried about. And this business is actually my very first venture with regards to earning money and trying to be financially independent. So I come from a very conservative background wherein I got married right after my college. And as I said earlier, I moved over to the US and I was blessed with motherhood. And like any other new mom, my entire focus, my entire attention was on my kids. I always wanted to make sure that they are healthy, they're happy, they're fed well, their milestones are appropriate, and the doctor visits are fine. So in a nutshell, all my entire emotions and energy was to make sure that they are good and I give the best to them. But deep down, I also knew that since I chose to be a stay-home mom, the entire burden of our family's expenditure came over to my husband. He is in the IT field and, he does his best to give us the best. But I believe that if I could get an opportunity wherein I can stay home, look after the kids, and, contribute to the income, his burden would lessen down, and probably we could, give a much better quality of life to our kids. But again, I had no answer how to go for that, where to start from. Until the year 2022, when we finally moved over to Calgary, I started to actively search for opportunities wherein I can stay home and earn from home. And then one fine day again, I found this opportunity on this ad on my news feed in one of my social media accounts. I went ahead, I saw the webinar, I paid in the 149, and then one step led to the other. And here I am after 21 months in the business as a presenter in the similar webinar, I mean. So some of the things that really clicked for me in this business model is, first, I wanted to stay home and be for my kids, and that is possible with this business model. And furthermore, there was no requirement of any kind of experience or certification on the qualification, and that was the positive sign for me. Plus, the training which comes in this business model is very simple and easy to understand, and the mentorship that follows is an additional bonus. I truly believe that this business model is the answer for my prayers, because I desperately wanted to learn something and make good productive use of my time, because now my kids are grown up, they have their own schedule, they go to school, and I had this 3 to 4 hours in a day which I wanted to learn and help out my husband. And with this business model, I am able to achieve that goal of mine. Today, I stand strong along with my husband in helping him with all our family expenditures. I'm able to create this income so that we can protect ourselves from the growing inflation, the layoffs, which happen so much and so common in the IT field. Plus, we're also able to give the best to our kids, which is my dream. With regards to the academic, like putting them for new courses and classes, and giving much more to our families and our parents back home. And this fills me really with a lot of gratitude, because I'm able to do that without any job experience, without any exposure to the outside world, and with this business model. So if you're someone just like me who wants to step up and help your spouse and your kids, provide the best to your kids and your family back home, do not know where to begin from, then this is the business you got to step in. You've watched the webinar so far, go ahead with the 149, check out the business model. This is a proven business, and it has transformed thousands of lives around the globe in a very positive way. And you could be the next one to be affected in a positive way through this business. So go ahead, and that's all from me. And I wish everybody out there all the best. And back to you, Roxanne. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Anjun. That was really inspiring as well. So this business can also work for those who are staying at home, to those people who are working 24/7 even. The business works for everybody, should you want to work for it. So yes, thank you so much. We are going to listen to Durga this time. Please take it away. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning from Brisbane, Australia. Thank you, Roxanne, for the opportunity to come here and present myself and share my journey. I hope I could inspire you. My name is Durga Agrawal. I am originally from India, Mumbai, India, Maharashtra state. If some of you are listening to me from Maharashtra, we have moved to Australia like almost 15 years now. I'm living in Australia with my 2 beautiful daughters and my husband. Life of a working parent is never easy. I think most of you will agree. I am also from IT background, worked in corporate world for 17 long years before actually I started my journey as a digital business owner. Day-to-day life was very hectic, obviously, with 2 young kids to manage, dropping them to daycare, then going to work and coming back home with no energy at all, but kids want your attention. I think all the moms relate to that. I had gone through it a lot. Every day I was used to drop my girls and they used to cry, "Mama, don't go to work." And it was like so hard for me to, even if they were sick, I was like, yeah, I can't take a leave, basically it was that hard. You can't, the sick kid as well, even if you want to, you can't, in the corporate world, especially when you are a senior resource and all. So it was hard for me to, it was getting harder, basically. I would say initially it was fine before kids, but once you have kids and a family to manage, especially in foreign countries, I think it's a lot of stress on your body as well, on your mental health, physical health. I was continuously looking for opportunities, actually. I think almost after 10, 12 years into IT industry, I was like, okay, I can't continue rest 20, 30 years like this in this corporate world. I really want something wherein I can spend my time with my kids and family and have a relaxing life, basically. I just don't want to just, wait for weekends to live my life. That was my agenda. So I tried a lot of businesses. Unlike others who shared that they don't have any business experience. I did try, but I realized that every business needs a lot of financial commitment, obviously, and the time commitment as well, which was hard to do it along with my full-time job. So I tried, and I tried for a few days, few months, and then left it because I can't continue. But this is the only business I found wherein I can continue because the time investment wasn't required. Like that wasn't too much. 1-2 hours in a day was enough for me to spend. And I was like, I can do really the training. And, initially, obviously, I decided to explore it. And once I came to know about the business model and the training, I was like, yeah, I can do it. Why not? Give it a go. Initially, my target was just to create a side hustle so that I can, slowly switch my full-time job into a part-time, which was very much successful in the first 6 months of the business only. So when I started, it was in October 2020, actually, when I joined the business. Initially few months, obviously, because I was a senior resource in IT, it was hard to spend some time onto the training platform. But by spending 1 hour, 2 hour here and there, I could finish the whole training within few weeks. And then I started seeing the results as well, which was like, I was surprised initially. I thought, okay, I'll just give it a go, whether it works or not. I was with that mindset as I had a lot of experiences like that. But surprisingly, within few months only, I started incomes coming into my account. And I was surprised. And I'm like, okay, within 6 months, I started making my first 5-figure income into the business. And that's how I made my full-time job into part-time. I was like, wow, this really works, And why not give more time for the business if it is giving me that financial stability, and more than that, the time flexibility. That was the most important thing, because financially I was anyway stable being in my IT job. I was looking more for that time flexibility, which was possible because of the business. So it's been 3.5 years I'm running the business successfully. I'm out of my corporate world already. It's been 2.5 years. I'm living the life on my dreams, guys. The moment it was 1 year mark, I guess, when I left my job, because I was making much more than my IT salary from the business. I was like, why to work for someone else when I can work for myself and make more money? So it's been 2.5 years. I'm running my, business like it's like I'm building my own, business which can support me in my retirement years mainly. I think that's the agenda, that you don't have to work for 50-60 years and then see, because especially in corporate world, you don't get anything after retirement. So you have to make sure that there is something which is supporting your retirement years. So I felt this is the best business. It's a legacy business which you can transfer to your kids as well. So why not? You can secure your and your kids' future as well, which is the best thing, which I haven't seen across any other businesses. So it's only $149, which took me to this decision today, and I'm so happy about it. The most important thing actually, which made me to quit my job, which obviously everybody was against, obviously, because when you have high-paying jobs, especially the family members are against coming out of it. So the most important, I think, the thing, a few years ago when I went to India for a vacation, as I said, originally I'm from India. I went for a 1.5 month vacation there. First time in my life on vacation, I earned like around $40,000, which was 4 to 5 times my IT salary. And I was surprised to see that, like, because whenever I took holidays earlier before that, I was never paid actually. I had to beg for that long holidays. And first time in my life, I earned so much money, considering the business is global, everything works online. I could earn from India as well, being on holidays. And that was like an eye-opener. I was like, okay, I'm not continuing with any job in the future. I am just going to work for myself. As this is something, obviously, everybody want more time flexibility, more financial freedom. And if you can spend your time, like you can drop your kids to school, you can pick them up. This is the best blessing for a mom, I guess. So all the mothers out there, if you are really looking for something legit and taxable business, this is the one for you. So please go for it. It is only $149. Which is also you're getting risk-free, offer for a month. So definitely give it a go. That should be all from my side, Roxanne. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. There's nothing for me to add to that because that was a powerful testimony of yours. Thank you. We are going to hear from Yvonne this time. Please take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxanne, for letting me in this webinar. Hello, everyone. My name is Yvonne Thiet, and I'm come from Ho Chi Minh City, from Vietnam. how do you feel after you have watching our live webinar? Just before you, 2 years ago, when I front up this webinar, you know what I feel that I find that why it's so amazing, actually, because you know I'm so lucky that before I explore this business, I am one of the tech leader in create the digital system, something like the sales funnel that you heard in the webinar. And you know, as I lead the project as the marketing head for a corporate, and you know, to create that system, I have to hire the digital agencies, and I also have the IT team in my company to help me, to support me to build the sales funnel system for the marketing team to run the campaign to attract the customer, the right customer to our business. And it costs a lot. And I think that personally, if I do my business by my size, I cannot set up that funnel because it's costly, and it also asks us a lot the knowledge in the technical and in the marketing term, a lot of things. So I said, how come they can have a system, an automation system that's fixed for a person, just a person. They can run her business or his business on himself at home. So that's why I think that is the right ones that I'm looking for a long time. You know that, you know, when I was 30 degrees, I was invited to work as a marketing manager for one of the biggest USA company, the healthcare company. They are Johnson & Johnson's. And at that time, I'm also a mom of 2 children with my husband. He's an architect, and we live in Ho Chi Minh City, one of the big city in Vietnam. And I thought that my life just become better and better since I have developed my career in the work class corporate. You know that, and that's why I'm devote most of my time for work. Yes, I'm passionate on marketing work. Just even that sometimes I work, I play with my children at home, but my mind, you know, it's still other work. I'm still thinking of the deadline, the meeting, the KPI. I'm not really present with my kid, and I often working late in the office. And you know, until a night, that is a very memorable night in a hospital with my little girl, my daughter. At that time, she almost 1 year old, and I have to stay. I have a white night with her. She got diarrhea. She flushed out continuously in an emergency case, and I tried all my best already, but I cannot do anything for her. Just look at her, and I feel that at that moment I feel I'm powerless. I cannot do anything. I just pray. But luckily, she passed recover. That's very okay. And you know, whenever I recall that moment, I feel guilty, and it brings me to a situation that I also feel uneasy, uncomfortable when I'm working late in the office. And it's so funny that at every 4 p.m. I just want to sit down my laptop and go back to my home with my 2 children. I don't want to work, and those I still love working, but at that time I just want to have more time with my kids, being with them, and I know that, and I feel that is the one that gave the happiness in my life. So that's why after that, in a long time, so I changed to another job that's require smaller, small requirement, and in a small company. It's a local company. With the hope that I can have more time and I can control the time in working and in taking care of my family, my children, and even for myself. But as that movement, but that I find out that, I explore that being working for others, I cannot control, have the time control for myself. That's why I change a lot of other words to create business with my friends, and then to try to look for a place that I can control the time. And then there's a turn point come at this moment. I explore when I search, I'm looking for a way that I can work freely at home beside my kids. And it can help me to replace the salary from the full-time job. And it turned me upon that I explore this business, this online business. And then, when I found that, I said, that's the one that I looking at for a very long time, more than 3 years. So I take part in this at once. When I explore it, from the time I explore, I see this webinar and I talk with my mentors. I discuss with her a lot of questions about this business. Just after 4 days, I joined into this business. And I set up it just in 1 month. And I work it consistently, reserving 2 hours and 3 hours after work at every night. And just 1 year later, I can quit the full-time job, and I just work for this online business. And that I have just this summertime, I just come back home just 2 days to join this webinar. The 2 weeks ago, I was in my hometown in Nha Trang, a very beautiful beach, with my 2 children. I just packed my business in my bucket and fly with them to the hometown to enjoy my summer with my kids and my parents. So I think that if I can share from my heart to you that when you feel uncertain about your job, or when you are even when you are in a very in the high point and the topic of your business success, of your job success, you should think of start to build your own business, because it's the only way for you to control your time, control your life, and in the long term and along the way you create it, you build your business, it just become bigger and bigger. Just like the business owner with me, they told you after a long time they had a very bigger income. It's even bigger than what they said, what they just shared with you. I also listened that it's bigger than that the CEO, the marketing director, the finance director to earn from a company, but they also have free time with their kids, with their family. So you just give you a little bit brave, a little bit faith to overcome your fear, to explore this business by yourself, to go through it. After the registration of 140 nights, you will see all the business plan in a very details, and you also have a coach to help you to understand it, to develop the strategy for your own. So wish you have a happy life and have many moments, memorable, happy moments with your children and family. Thank you, Roshan. Back to you.
Great. Thank you so much. One of the job quitters in the community. You've heard it already. Thank you so much. We are going to move on to Anjana this time. Thank you. Please unmute yourself. We can't hear you at the moment. Thank you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Namaste. Thank you, Roxanne, to giving me this opportunity to share my amazing entrepreneur journey. Hi everyone, namaste. And Sanche Hurunsa Sabaizana. I'm Anjana Panchakoti, originally from Kathmandu, Nepal, and currently resides in Alberta, Canada, with my beautiful family. Professionally, I'm on a medical lab tech and working full-time in a hospital and doing online digital business as a side hustle. So today I'm going to share my journey. So being a mom of 3 kids, life is not easy as an immigrant. When I came here past 9 years ago, a journey on Canada, it's like as an immigrant, everything is a new culture, environment, and community. So apart from that, like taking care of kids, raising them, and focusing on my own career, it's not easy task. So by embracing the challenges, ups and downs of my life, one fine day I was able to upgrade my own course. You know that anyone can relate, that those who are in a medical field, those who have got an international education, they can't work directly after they come from their home country. So I was also facing those problems. So one fine day I did I got my license, and I was able to work in my journey. Now I'm continuing my own profession. I'm happy to, but having said that, life is not easy. The expenses, and then raising of the 3 kids and their expenses, everything, it's always hitting me in my it's not actually a stress, and because of the being a mom, so how their future will be, how I'm gonna give them a better life. So it's always hitting me. So one fine day, when I scrolling down my news feed, and I saw the ad of this amazing online digital business, so and my eyes got stopped. And before I was a little bit hesitant to take action right away. It's all the natural phenomena, right? So everybody has got this kind of skepticism. That's normal. Even I was like that. But when I saw again and again that ad in the newsfeed, and I there is something, my eyes got, every day when I saw my eyes got stuck on that. So, and I couldn't sleep for 4 days. Oh my God, something is, the God has given me something. So I should think about it, and I should take an action. And I did an action, and I paid a $149 1 year ago. And the business, when I be in this business, oh my God, the amazing system, it works for me. And now what I'm doing my full-time job, I'm making my way to part-time and becoming a full-time entrepreneur, what I'm doing today. So this amazing platform giving me time and financial freedom as a mom of 3 kids, balancing time and having a full-time job. It's always stressing. Now when I'm in this business, it has given me a time freedom. I can run this business from my comfort of my home, while I'm taking care of my kids, while I'm involving in their activities. This platform is I can run while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, whatever daily chores I'm doing from my home. So this business is kind of therapy for me. When I'm get tired at from my full-time job, I never had that kind of situation. Oh no, I don't want to, I always excited what is happening, what is the result is coming in my back, though I'm not consistency, though I'm not every time in this working in this business. So having said that, after coming in this business, I'm able to run from my home wherever I go. So whenever I go from in my back home too, I can take this business. So everybody who is watching us today, this amazing platform is for you. If you are looking for a time and financial freedom, whoever who are moms taking care of their kids and doesn't want to go for work, doesn't want to do their full-time job, this is a perfect platform for you guys. So in the social media, we scroll, we spend 2-3 hours, and why don't we spend in this business and on learn and on at the same time? It has got our automation system, which we can which the result can come from background, so while we are sleeping too. So that's why I'm saying every single step, that $149, if that $149 could change the entire life, why we don't take it? So that's why I took this action. Now what I am doing, I'm very happy. That's matter, I'm satisfied, I'm happy, and I'm doing this business comfort from my home. So all the moms, all the parents who are watching today, I want to tell, every single step can change the entire life. So do not hesitate to take action. So if this system can do for us, definitely this system can also work for you guys. That's it from my side. Good night, everyone. Back to you, Roxanne.
Thank you so much, Anjana. Yes, we have the best well-oiled system that works 24/7 in the background for everybody. That's why we love this business. Thank you so much. We are going to hear from Raj this time, our last presenter. Thank you.
Yay, thank you so much. All right, Roxanne. 2 years ago, I was sitting on the other side of this webinar, hearing all the inspiring stories. I'm super happy and excited to share my successful business journey with you all today. Hi, everyone. This is Rajeshwari here. I live in California, US. Originally, I'm from Tamil Nadu, India. Ellarkum vanakonga, eppadi irukringa? And I'm an IT professional. And the very reason that I started the business is to have time flexibility or time freedom and to head start my golden years of life. Being in IT, yes, it's a very blessed career, high paying career, but I was really missing out on spending quality time and spending time on things that are very important to me. A few years ago, I was denied vacation to see my aging parents back in India. And it was really a wake-up call for me at that time. I started to think, for how many more years should I go ask someone a travel permission to see my parents? Most of the immigrants here can resonate. My entire family is back in India. I usually go once in 2 years for a 2 to 3 weeks vacation. When that itself was denied, it was absolutely a self-realization moment for me that I should do something. And I didn't have any backup plan. And especially with life being expensive, I cannot leave my work either. So I decided to take action and started to look for a solid and sustainable plan B that will generate a passive revenue for me so that I can start living life on my own schedule, visiting my parents, especially as they are aging now. I wanted to go whenever I wanted to go and not worrying about the other schedule of my project or my company, basically. So, and like anyone else, I did explore a traditional business, but with a huge investment and a risk, I was not prepared to embark into a traditional journey. It was then I came across this digital business opportunity, which kind of checked all the boxes that I was looking for, especially being in IT. I already have enough pressure and I don't want to add more pressure into my life by doing something on the side. In my business, I can decide when to work, where to work, and how much to work. So I usually spend 1 to 2 hours in a day, thanks to the automation. And another thing is I'm a social media shy person too. So I have learned the right skills to thrive in my business. So I would like to say this in Tamil, like நம்ம superstar ரஜினிகாந்த் வந்து எப்படி பாட்ஷா படத்துல பாடினாரோ, எட்டு எட்டா மனுஷ வாழ்வை பிரிச்சுக்கோ, நீ எந்த எட்டில் இப்ப இருக்க நினைச்சுக்கோன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா? அது ரொம்பவுமே உண்மையான விஷயம். I started late, I realized late, but it's better late than never, நான் சொல்வேன். And so when your plan A goes well, start nurturing on plan B so that becomes a backup plan. So you are here for a reason. So take that leap of faith, explore the business, completely research about the business model, and make an informed decision for you and your family. Thank you for listening, and back to you, Roxanne.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, folks. Well, that brings us about the completion of tonight's presentation. I hope that, you have found that interesting and exciting. And I hope that we have inspired you. And, more than anything, I hope that we have motivated you. And we've helped you open your eyes as to what's just possible and how accessible the online world can actually be, of course, with a little bit help from the experts. Congratulations to each and every one of you that have clicked on that button already and paid your $149. I am so excited for each and every one of you. Before we go, one last thing that I'd like to mention is that we have seen some of you already paying with a payment type that is in a different name than you're using online. If this was you, please be sure to let your coach know both names that you have used. You will be getting an email from us to introduce you to your coach. By the way, your coach is the person who connects you to our community and does the one-on-one call. And if they don't know the name that you've purchased with, then it makes us so hard to do our job. So when you friend your coach online, please be sure to let them know both names that you've used, if that's okay. Thank you very much. Okay, we are done for tonight. These steps, paying the $149, watching those videos and plugging into our community, these are the steps in a journey that I can tell you from my own experience can change your life. And I cannot wait to hear your success. And I hope to see you on the other side. And that's it all. We're done for tonight. Take care.